Good morning everybody, Simon Howick, Managing Director ODS. Thank you for joining me today. It's a bit cold, this is summer. It's probably going to be wet soon, so we'll get on with it. Forgive the script, but I've got quite a bit to get through, okay? So the purpose of today is to talk to you about the future of building services, okay? So outline of the session, let's just touch on health and safety. I'm very pleased to see you observing the social distancing measures. Many of you in masks, that's great, but your social distancing, that's the main thing. We've got to be serious about this, folks. You know, over 40,000 people have died. Some of you may be personally impacted by it. Now, I think that yes, the virus may be waning, but if we get it, if our workforce gets it, that's going to have a serious impact on our business because it will wipe out our workforce for a good period of time. That's why we're so serious about it, okay? I'm going to quickly introduce Paul in a second, then I'm going to go through the main parts of what I want to say today. I will quickly hand over to Bill Beat of Unison, and then I'll hand over to Steve Davis of Unite, and that will be the end of the session. And I'll remind you about this at the end. Exit that way, please. I'm not taking Q&A today because I want you to disperse quickly, because we shouldn't really be gathered in groups for long periods of time. Okay, all right, so first message is a thank you. What I want to do is say thank you to all of those people who have kept the services running on the front line, but all of those that have been working from home, in the back office support, those who have been furloughed. Everybody's been making a contribution, which is very much appreciated. In particular, those of you on the front line, let's just pay tribute. Day-to-day, gas, electric, voids, disabled adaptation, transport, the work that we've done on the hubs, and all of the support work around those has been absolutely tremendous. Let's just stay on the hubs for a little bit. Fantastic feedback that we've been getting. The people that have been helped through us is amazing. Brilliant flexibility. People have worked weekends, long hours, can-do attitude. Huge commitment, and that's what ODS is all about. Take a moment on voids and disabled adaptations. These teams have been able to get people back into houses, free up hospital beds in a time of crisis. So you should be proud of what you've achieved, whether you've done that directly or in support of that. So I wanted to say thank you for that. And it's just a demonstration of what we ODS can do. So one of the main messages today, in addition to that thank you, is just a note about the economy and our business and how significantly impacted it is as a result of COVID-19. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. It's changed everything. We're in the midst of the sharpest recession that we will see in our lifetime. And it hasn't really got going yet, but it will come. 7.6 million jobs in the UK are at risk today. 7.6 million. And we are not immune from that. Just look at EasyJet, they've laid off 4,500 people. Look at BA and what they're doing. Rolls-Royce and what they're doing. So this is massive. And if we want to survive, we've got to adapt, and we need to adapt from now. So, at the moment, the future is in our hands. Nobody else is going to rescue us from this. There's nobody external to the business. This has happened to every business, and it's up to us to respond. But as at today, the future is in our hands. This gentleman here, Paul Concannon, give us a wave, Paul. The new Director of Property Services, he's come in, he's going to help us to make the changes that we need to make, save our jobs and continue to thrive. So, if we are prepared to work together in the way that we've done in the past, then we can do this. But it requires every single one of us to do our bit. And if we don't, as I say, the future will not be in our hands. Now, this is impacting all of ODS, different parts of ODS in different ways. Everybody needs to work differently. But what I want to do for you today is set out the changes for building services. So, there is some good news. We have the full backing of Oxford City Council. So what it means for us, rather than not having work to do, because that supply chain has dried up, we've got plenty of work. We've got full budgets available to us. The challenge for us is, can we work hard enough in the time frame to earn all of that money? And we need to earn all of that money because that money pays for our jobs. So that is our challenge, and I'll tell you, I would rather have that challenge than no money coming in. So our challenge is, can we do all the work that we need to do in the time frame to earn the money to pay for our jobs? And I think we can, and I'm going to set out for you how I think we can. Okay, so here is the plan. And this has been developed with the full support of the trade unions, and they're going to talk in a minute after I've finished. So we need to make major changes now if we want to survive. Together, we need everybody to work harder, longer, more flexibly. That is the key. That's what we need to do. So by the 1st of July, in 3 weeks' time, with the trade unions' full support, I need to introduce new ways of working which will save our jobs. It'll help us maximise revenue, minimise abortive calls, ensure first-time fix, help towards high quality and good customer service. Now, changes will vary across building services, and we'll confirm the arrangements in the coming days and weeks, but we haven't got time to debate it. I'm sorry. If we want to survive and save our jobs, we've got to change now. So, changes are coming in 3 aspects, and I want to outline them for you. The first one is working patterns. Now, before I go into this, let's just say safety is the key priority, so safety won't be compromised, that comes first, but we do need to get this work programme delivered. So working patterns, we're all going to be working longer. Now, if that's more than 37 hours a week, we'll come to an arrangement about giving back some time. I want to avoid overtime if possible because that's additional cost, so we'll work flexibly with you. But if it means more than 37 hours, we'll sort it out. But it will mean different start times, I can guarantee you, and different ending times. Everybody's working pattern will have to change. It will be different in different parts of the business. Broadly speaking, this business needs to operate between about 8 AM and 6 PM. Now, you are not going to be working from 8 AM to 6 PM, but within those times, that will be the working patterns for people. And it will be different in different parts. Some parts of the organisation lend themselves to annualised hours, perhaps gas, for example. Other parts of the business, maybe it's 4 long days works. Monday to Thursday, shift A, Tuesday to Friday, shift B. So that's the type of changes that we need to make in order to ensure that our customers are in. They're not there between 7:30 and 9. They are there 3:30 to 5. So we need to make sure that when we turn up to their house, we're not carding them and that they're in. And that's a super efficient way of doing business. So that's an important change. That will increase our productivity without increasing our costs. Okay, another thing to say on working patterns is your job with ODS comes first. Now, I know that some of you have got your own businesses, second jobs. What I'm asking you to do is I need you to reapply for permission to do that. Not all of you have applied for permission. I will look as favourably as possible to give you permission to do that, as long as it doesn't come into conflict with what we are trying to do. Now, 1 or 2 people that are no longer with us, I have fired because they have used our materials and they have used our time whilst doing their own jobs. And that's not acceptable. Why should you lot carry them? So I want everybody, just so that we're all clear, so that we all know what everybody's doing, to reapply if you've got a second business. And there's forms available for that will come round. The second area is productivity. This starts with the back office, with our business support team. It's their job to make sure that they do their bit to ensure the jobs run smoothly. Yeah? So that as an operative, when you get on site, you can do the job and there's no barriers. Planners need to make sure that they're flowing all of the work through. Surveys need to be right first time and have all the information on so that operatives don't have to go back to the surveyors. And stores need to help as well, making sure that we've got all the materials necessary, making sure van stocks are optimised. So look, if you're an operative, I need you to do as much as the job as possible. You're all skilled. You know, we're always complimented at the quality of the work that you deliver. If you're a multi-trader, you know how to fit a bath and to panel it. You know how to do the tiling. So I want you to do all of that and walk away with a completed job as if you were doing the job for yourself. If you fit a front door, I want you to patch up the plaster, fit the architrave and decorate it. Do the whole job. Walk away with a completed job. If you're the customer, that's what you want. You don't want somebody else coming back the next day. Sometimes I might ask you in the future to do a job that you haven't done in the past. Now you need the skills to do it, but it might be that you're a plumber and we want you to change a radiator, or a gas operative changing a water cylinder. So we need to be more flexible in what we're doing. And flexibility across work streams as well. If you finish a bathroom at 2 p.m, that's not the end of the day. You could do a couple of responsive repairs jobs. So I need you to reach out because we've got a ton of work to do. And start thinking about asking for the work well in advance. Don't come back to the depot with no work to do. Get on the phone, and I expect your managers and team leaders to answer the phone. And I've told them that this morning. Answer the phone and get back to people so that they can keep the communication flowing. So all of us need to be thinking ahead. How can I help the next person? If you see a problem, another problem that you haven't been called out for, get in touch with your team leader. Can you fix it? You know, that's really good customer service. And get the job done today. Don't come back tomorrow. If you've got an hour of the job left to do and it's 4 o'clock, finish it. That's efficiency. As I say, if there's skills or training gaps that you're worried about, we will help you. Yeah, this is about upskilling everybody where we need to and everybody working more flexibly. And all of you have got terrific ideas. You know how to do the job. You know, many of you have said to me at times in the past, you wouldn't run your business like this. Well, I'm asking you now, tell us. The door's open for that. And the final area is the way that we manage people. And I'm giving managers the authority to manage the workforce without being undermined. They won't be undermined by me, you know, with me trying to reverse their decisions. Yeah, they need to be able to do that, but I expect them to manage fairly and in line with our values. And I expect trade unions and employees and managers to work together because we're all in this. So there's a couple of issues that I want to talk about specifically. And those of you that have read my recent article will have seen this. I'm talking here about the small minority of people that we together are carrying that will damage this business irreparably. I'm talking about the small handful of people that are regularly sick. You can set your watch by them. They have several days off a year, one-offs. We all know who they are. Each time a person like that has a day off, it costs us £600 because we have to pay their sick pay and we have to work twice as hard to do their job. We lose the productivity. Why should you carry them? Because that's what you're doing. You are having to work harder because they are letting you down. And I'm not going to tolerate them anymore. Okay, so I owe it to you to exit those people from the business, and that's what I'll be doing. The second area really is, again, a small handful of people where there's a bit of misconduct, inflexibility, bad attitude. Again, we all know who they are, small handful. We can't keep carrying them at all. So again, they will be exited from the business because I'm not going to ask you lot to carry them anymore. It's quite simple. All I'm asking everybody to do is to do their bit and do a hard day's work. And it is going to be tough over the next 18 months, but we can do this together. You know, we've got a chance to save our business. The future is in our hands. We never saw this coming. You know, this is a global pandemic that's affecting everybody and we've got to respond. The stuff that we're doing on transformation, the stores changes, the Arian changes, they are continuing. This will all just contribute towards that. So our business is evolving and that will carry on. So we're one team. Together we can ensure job security and future prosperity. All we need to do is deliver this plan and work together. Everybody's got their part to play. I've said it's going to be tough, but it's my job to show you a glimpse of the future. And part of that future, I think, is to think like this. It's a little quote. When the times are tough and it is going to be difficult, the best way to appreciate your job is to imagine yourself without one. Now that's not meant to be a threat, that's just meant to be me flagging a possible future, but I think we will work together and we will succeed. So, look at what we've achieved recently. So this call to arms is really that. Let's work together and let's do it and we'll succeed. So work hard, work safe, and let's save these jobs. Okay, thank you. I'm going to hand over to Bill and then over to Steve.
Morning. As Simon has said, these are unprecedented times, and Unison, after many discussions, are endorsing what has just been said. We will all need to pull together, attend work regularly, and work hard in a safe manner to save jobs and keep the terms and conditions that we all enjoy. This is happening at many companies as we speak, including our parent company, Oxford City Council. So lots of people are going through this throughout the country. But there is a plan here, and there's plenty of work here, and if we all pull together, we can succeed at this. If you have any issues, please get in touch with myself, Craig Marriott, James Barrett, or Steve Davis and his team. Okay, thank you.
Right, I'll be brief. Basically, we've been dealing with management for some time to try and make sure that we can preserve jobs. And I'm pleased to say that with this plan that's coming up, we will save the jobs and we won't lose our jobs. We're in a unique position here. The money is available, the work is available, compared to other companies that have no work and they have to lay people off or they have to make them redundant. We have the work. If we do the work, we get the money. If we get the money, we keep our positions, we keep our jobs, and we keep our livelihoods. The most important thing is that we need to be doing it safely, so we're paying attention to that from the union perspective. And the other thing to remember is that to help us to get more efficient in the organisation, there'll be a new IT system coming. It won't work brilliantly the first day, but it will work because we're in the dark ages with the old one, and this time round we have control over that. So if you need any help, we'll be watching out for yourselves. Come and talk to us, myself or any of our other reps. If you have any issues, talk to us about it. And I think the last thing to finish on is if we all work hard, we all stay safe, and when we're doing that work, we all will keep our jobs. I don't really see the problem, but it'll be tough. Right.
Okay, thank you everybody. So that is it.